Welcome back to another Medtech Snapshot. With me today is the CEO and co-founder of Intelvask, Andrew V. And we're going to be talking about some fun topics, everything from how do you transition out of that large organization into your own startup? And perhaps more important, how do you find the right co-founder to join you and build that team? We also have a surprise question for Andrew, so stay with us. All right, Andrew, I fibbed a little bit. I told you there was only going to be two questions, but there's a surprise third, so we'll have some fun here. So, leading up to this point, we've learned a little bit about your background and what you do, your perspective on partnerships within a startup. But I'm curious, can you think back to your career? So whether that was at the starting point or whether it was when you started Intelvask, and can you share with us a moment? This moment, it's a breakthrough, pivotal moment in your career. And when you think back on that, it really was the catalyst that helped get you going to where you are today.
Of course, it was. And I'll remember it forever. I'm a biologist by grade. And at the time, it was hitting precisely the economic crisis of 2008. Many people, at least in my environment, I graduated in Spain. I'm Spanish from Barcelona, and the opinion back then is that biologists had a very poor career future. There were few options for a biologist, and so I was told. My opinion is a biologist can do almost anything, like an engineer, but whatever. So it was rough out there. I wanted to start working in a large pharmaceutical company. That was my master's that I studied was about, and become a little bit more within a business edge, marketing, sales, which is what I end up doing. So when I was looking for a job, I applied to Novartis once, and I was rejected in the first interview. But the conversation I had with the human resources lady, which today her name is Carmen, she was fabulous. We had a conversation, very open conversation. She told me things that I didn't do very well, and she told me that she might give me another chance. Another opportunity may arise, and she would interview me again. And she did. She called me after a few months and said, Andrew, we have another opening. Would you be interested to interview with the brand manager? And I went. So I went. And I wasn't picked either. And this hit me hard because you start questioning yourself. You are 20 nothing, sure. And you start questioning yourself, should I be good enough for this role, for this company? Maybe I'm not. So she trusted me twice for this opportunity, and I screwed it. Maybe not. Maybe just were fantastic candidates, the others, and I was not the best. So she called me a third time and a fourth time. And one day she thought, I'm going to call Andrew for a fifth opportunity to interview. And it's going to be the last one because I see him that he's crushed. I'm crushing his self-esteem. I'm crushing his self-confidence. And she was not doing that, but that situation certainly was very hard for me. I was working back then in another company, but it was tough. It was Novartis was the company that I really wanted to go to. I really was obsessed about starting in this company because it was the first in the ranking back then. They did something extraordinary in oncology, which is a topic that I love. It's close to my heart. And many other things. So I really wanted to go there. I interviewed to many other companies, by the way. And again, I had a job already in another company, but I really wanted to start there to get the experience. And the fifth time, I just got picked. So wow. The end of the story here is you might believe that when you're starting your career, you are not good enough for many reasons. Probably it's not. Probably many other things apply. Sometimes people know each other with interviewer. Sometimes you come across something different. The thing that changed in here is that resilience is really important. Believe in yourself. surround yourself on others that believe in yourself in these early days, people that can coach you, that this friend of mine at Human Resources coach you and help you and lift you up and doesn't beat you down, because life, it's tough out there. And I hear many people, very young people, maybe part of your audience as well, I think on the CNN a few days ago, saying that it was super hard. Today, jobs are hard. They apply and apply and apply. I think this is a mistake. You shouldn't apply. I mean, applying online, it's all good, fantastic. I applied probably in my career to 500 jobs online. You know how many calls I got? Probably close to zero. If it's not zero, it's very close to zero. Out of 500. So what it works here was a pivotal moment in my early career, is to understand that your network is what is going to make your company or your professional career started. You need to surround your people, go to your neighbors, go to your family members, go to your companies that are nearby. I even when I wanted to go, I didn't even speak English. I moved from London. I moved from Barcelona to London one summer and went to Canary Wharf because there were many companies there. And I went to the coffee shops and tried to, meet someone who I overheard that worked in the department I wanted to work. And I did that, right? So if you do that, you can imagine I did many other things as well. Your network is your treasure, is your acumen. And you can do both things. You can stay at home and apply and complain and get your self-esteem beaten up, or get out there and try to get whatever gets you started. Novartis was not my first job. I worked in 2 other pharmaceutical companies first, smaller, more regional. I knew what my end goal was, but the network was certainly my completely changed, the asset that completely changed my career.